All right, so today we're going to keep working with integers by talking about multiplying and dividing. So the good thing about multiplying and dividing are the rules are the exact same for both of them. When you multiply two numbers, two integers, that have the same sign, so either both positive or both negative, you're going to get a positive answer. Now, when you multiply one positive and one negative, you're going to get a negative answer. So the answer is positive when they're the same sign, so either a positive times a positive or a negative times a negative. And then when they're different signs, one negative and one positive, you're going to get a negative answer. All right, so we're going to try a couple together. So in the first one, you have 7 times 4. Just multiply your two numbers like you normally would to get 28. And then you have one positive and one negative. Since the signs are different, it's going to give you a negative answer. Number 2, you got negative 5 times negative 9. Again, just multiply your numbers like you normally would. And then to determine the sign, you got two negatives. If it's the same sign, it becomes a positive answer. In number 3, you got 11 times 2, different signs, so you know your answer will be negative. And 11 times 2 is 22. All right, you go ahead, pause the video, try those next 6 on your own, and we'll see how you do. All right, so hopefully you paused it and gave it a try. In number 4, you got 8 times 9, which is 72. And then they're different signs, one positive, one negative, to give you negative 72. Number 5, 15 times 3 is 45. Different signs gives you a negative 45. Number 6, same sign, they're both negative. So you know your answer will be positive. And 7 times 6 is 42. Number 7, you get 72 when you multiply 12 times 6, and the signs are different. One positive, one negative gives you a negative answer. Same thing in number 8, different signs, so it's a negative. 13 times 5 is 65. And in our last one, 10 times 2 is 20. And since you have the same sign, both are negative, you will end up with a positive answer. So quickly, before we move on to dividing, remember, same sign, both positive or both negative, you get a positive answer. And if you have different signs, one positive, one negative, no matter what the order is, you'll get a negative answer. So we'll slide on down to dividing. The good thing about dividing integers, like I said earlier, is it's the same rules as we had when we multiplied. So if you have the same sign, positive, or positive divided by positive, or negative divided by negative, you get a positive answer, positive quotient. And if the different signs, one positive, one negative, you'll end up with a negative answer. So now we're going to slide down and try a couple. Number 1, negative 12 divided by negative 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Since they're both negatives, same sign, your answer becomes positive. In number 2, different signs. So since one positive and one negative, you know your answer will be a negative. And 100 divided by 2 is 50. And in number 3, again, you have different signs, one positive, one negative. So you get a negative answer, and 30 divided by 2 is 15. And go ahead again and pause the video quickly and try those last couple, and we'll see how we do. All right, so hopefully you paused and gave them a try. In number 4, you have two negative numbers, so your answer will be positive, and 4 divided by 5 gives you a positive 8. Number 5, different signs, so you have a negative. 21 divided by 3 is 7. In number 5, same sign, both are negative, so you get a positive answer, and 25 divided by 5 is 5. Now, number 7 and 8, we added a little order of operations stuff here. So in 7, you have to do your parentheses first. So 14 divided by 2 is 7, and it's positive because it's the same sign. And 20 divided by 10 is 2. But we're going to end up with a negative 2 because they're different signs. Now, when you add those together, back to our addition rules, Remember, when they're different signs, we're actually going to subtract them. So 7 minus 2 is 5. And you take the sign of the bigger one, so that stays positive 5. And in our last example, you have negative 48 divided by negative 6. So it's the same sign, so our answer will be positive 8. Plus 8 divided by negative 2, different signs, gives us a negative 4. Again, back to our addition rules. When you're adding and the signs are different, you're actually going to subtract. So 8 minus 4 is 4. Take the sign of that bigger number, which is our 8, so it stays positive 4. So the big rules for today to work on your homework are when you're multiplying or dividing and the signs are the same, both positive or both negative, it's going to give you a positive answer. And when you have a positive and a negative and they're multiplied or divided, it's going to give you a negative answer. So why don't you use those rules, practice on your homework, and let me know if you have any questions.